You've tuned into The Mountain Gardener with your host, Ken Lain. Gardening, it can be challenging, but with these simple insider tips, you'll reap huge rewards. Now, let's tune into today's Mountain Gardener with Ken and Lisa. So, everything is growing fast. An insider tip on how to care for topiaries. Now, topiaries are the large, people think bonsai. Start little tiny things on a desk that's got little tiny structures and they're ancient. And well, out in the landscape, the big forms of that are called topiaries. These are artistic pieces. They attract you into the gardens, and they can be pom-pommed, spirals, all kinds of structures. And so we've probably got, 2, 3, 4 dozen topiary plants, whether they're pine trees or junipers, or there's all forms, all types of plants. And the way you care for those is very, very simple. Usually you're going to try to keep that the same size. Don't let it grow. So I've got a Taniosho pine that's on a standard. The standard is we have a root ball, we grafted a trunk, and then we grafted the desired plant on top of that. So there's this 3-foot trunk with this beautiful, perfect pine tree on top, perfect ball. Then it's in a container, and underneath we've got flowers underneath it. It's stunning. It's striking. Everyone comments on it. It's a piece of art. And so they're actively growing right now. So if you've got a juniper tree that's in this perfect spiral, or a topiary alpine spruce, and it's got this structure to it, maybe it's perfectly square or octagonal. These are things you want to keep it that shape. And so as it's flushing its new growth, which is about now, I notice I need to this weekend prune my spiraled junipers. I've got these big pots. It's this perfect spiral shape. It's not natural. Then flowers are at the base. It's beautiful. It's right there in our seating area where we've got sofas, and it's this art form outside where the grills are. And we're sipping a glass of tea, watching the sunset. It's got art pieces in these containers. They're just glorious. But they'll lose their shape if not trained. And so what you do, it's real easy. If you just keep it the shape, as it grows new growth, don't let it grow. Just shave it back, give it a haircut, and keep that spiral form. If you want the spiral a little bit larger, then give it a haircut where it's just a little bit larger. With pine trees, they're even easier. You're going to flush this. Pine trees typically form new candle growth or new elongated fingers. So as those elongate, they're super soft. So you can just go through and pinch them off with your thumbnail. Just pinch them right off, or a few scissors, pruners, or whatever. I would just pinch off each of those new fingers coming out, and it will keep that structure. So pine trees only flush growth once. And once you prune it back, you're set for the year. That's all. It's once a year and you're done. And it's done in spring now as it's flushing new growth. And so if you've always been timid about, I don't know if I want to have that kind of maintenance, it's the easiest maintenance ever. It beats a lilac or fruit tree any day. It even beats your perennial gardens because you got to take a mower or weed whacker or something. This is just thumb prune the new growth off. It's super, super easy. There are some, like we've got a weeping Atlas cedar. So cedars grow wild. So deodar cedars are probably the biggest of all the cedars. They're huge. There's some in town that are 80 feet tall. They're 25 feet wide. They're ginormous. Just let them keep growing. A cousin to that is called an Atlas cedar. That's also Prescott, Arizona. In Prescott, the downtown area, that's our statehood tree. So when they opened the courthouse 100 years ago, a little over that, they planted a couple pairs of Atlas cedars. And so the biggest trees on the front side of the courthouse where Bucky O'Neill statue is, those are Atlas cedars. They're magnificent. They're huge shade trees. They've got to be 80 feet tall again and 25 feet wide. Well, a cousin to that is weeping Atlas cedar. It's actually a weeping form, so it doesn't get nearly as big. It'll only get as tall as you train it to go. So we'll take them and train them. We can put this long runner up, and we train it. We serpentine it up a pole. So we have it go up one, then we'll just S hook it all the way around, or maybe it goes straight up and then it starts weeping down. It's got different forms, and if you train that leader, that growth, you can actually wrap a house. I've seen them wrap a deck. It's fun. I mean, you just train it where you want it to go. And when it's done growing, when you don't want it to grow anymore, just don't let the leader grow, because it puts all of its energy on the front tip of that thing. And so then you let let's say it's a serpentine or S-shaped Atlas cedar, S-shape it. Maybe you want a couple extra S's because you want to get up to the top of a patio wall, whatever. Then you don't S it. You just let it grow down and be an accent piece. Super easy. If it hits the ground, it'll actually probably keep running down across the gardens. And so you have a little bit of maintenance. We've got some junipers called pom-poms. They're like pom-poms on the end of long branches. So you just, when it's done flushing new growth, just take some shears, easily just keep it around that pom-pom shape. Super easy. But the secret is do it just after they're done growing. Don't let that new growth harden off. Do it while it's still soft. To be super easy to maintain. That's how you take care of topiaries in your own gardens, if you add an accent piece.
Water's garden companion plants for June are golden locust, silverberry, Hall's honeysuckle, and portulaca.
Portulaca tolerates blazing sun, where the neon flowers attract butterflies.
Available in red, orange, violet, white, and pink.
Great for containers, rock gardens, between sunny stepping stones, or any hot, dry garden space where nothing else grows.
The brighter, the better.
You'll find the toughest bloomers at Waters Garden Center, 1815 Iron Springs Road in Prescott. For a more fruitful garden, increased success in the landscape that just feels better, then tune in daily to the Mountain Gardener podcast. Subscribe through your favorite podcast streamer or visit watersgardencenter.com. Better yet, visit me directly right here at Waters Garden Center. Thanks for tuning in.